The following program is rated TV MA LSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences.
You're now tuned into a Planet Fanatixs production.
Can I say this without anybody getting mad?
Black character, white on. Sorry, what? Yeah, what?
Does this not give you guys that are still holding on to the hope of seeing him in live action, like, pause? Does it not give you, like, maybe actually no, they're not gonna recast him, because this is twice now in animation. This is twice in animation. What is this, the fourth death in the overall T'Challa MCU IP? 4 deaths, twice in animation that they've said, and yeah, you got T'Challa, but with a death again. So I don't know.
Tone deaf. I'm clipping this too. Darius, I'm clipping this too. I'm Shieldmonger, he's Planet Fanatixs, and we do the afternoon woke up every day. Weekdays we stream. Check us out. It's getting clipped.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, what Raymond said there. He said, yeah, it does. Honestly, I'm starting to think that if there is a BP in Secret Wars, it ain't T'Challa. I'm telling you guys, it's the child. And they are going to be happy with that. And again, I know Marcus pushes back on me when I say this, and I know who his rebuttal typically is that because it is a secondary character that the overall audience is not going to accept him. I'm telling you, and I've said it before, they are not calling him Toussaint. They are not calling him to child or anything else, that the other derogatory names that we call him. They're not going to call him that. They're simply going to call him T'Challa, King of Wakanda. And when the Avengers call, they're going to say, hey, T'Challa, we need your help. The only time his father is ever going to get referenced where they'll remind the audience, oh, that's right, he's the second, is if one of the old Avengers say something like, just like your dad, or, oh, I remember when your dad this, or, oh, something like that. But they're not going to shine a light to keep reminding people, oh, this is the second. No, he's T'Challa.
You know how many fans are gonna love this new second version, because you'll probably have a good actor, and then how many people are gonna be happy with the second this substitute version, where now the greatest black character ever, T'Challa, has a competitor within his own franchise competing for star power. Like, some people are actually going to be upset in future projects where actual T'Challa is used, and people will go, I don't like T'Challa. I like it when T'Challa has a son and he gets older, because that was the movie I saw. They're really like imploding this franchise from within by bolstering this new kid who's going to be older, and they're going to call him T'Challa.
Yeah, and it's a when I first had the realization of it was the first. I'll never forget that video we did on that when I titled it "The Son of T'Chaka." It's not coming back. It's when you have the realization, it's a tough pill to swallow. But as time has gone on, I'm not saying I'm accepting of it, because I'm not. But I know what I'm getting before I go in here. I'm not expecting to see. So when I sit down in Doomsday, I prepared myself. And if it's T'Challa, that's fucking great. But I prepared myself for them to go the opposite direction.
1000%. They'll have a scene between Bucky and T'Challa. Your dad saved me.
Oh yeah, something like that for sure.
So he'll never say I'm son of T'Challa. Doesn't make sense.
I don't
who
think
knows
so.
What they do, bro.
I don't think so. And the reason I don't think he's ever going to say I'm son of T'Challa, because what relevance is that? Like, so before he fights, I'm T'Challa, son of T'Challa. He's never, because T'Challa doesn't say I'm T'Challa, son of T'Chaka.
He said it once. He said it when he was fighting M'Baku.
Yes, when he was fighting M'Baku, but that was, of course, in a more ceremonial atmosphere where people around me know, yes, I'm T'Challa, son of T'Chaka. You're trying to take my throne from me. And if I'm going up against a Dr. Doom, I'm not about to announce my heritage, my ancestry. I'm not going to do that. I'm just T'Challa. Yeah. And that's what they're going to do. Again, I've been trying to prep, and maybe some people still aren't connecting the beat. I've been trying to prep y'all for quite some time.
Yes, you have.
If you watch, and I know Den of Nerds is not the end all be all when it comes to this stuff, because I'm looking at Facebook. I'm looking at whenever Marvel posts something about T'Challa or one of these, because there's all these Facebook groups and things like that will post their own theories, or people will post or whatever, whether it be Facebook, Threads. I don't have a Threads, but I've looked at certain things, whether it be Twitter, Instagram. You look at these posts where they're talking about T'Challa. Yes, there are people like us saying, oh, recast, that'd be great. But the majority of people are saying, why do you guys keep saying recast? They did that already. His son was shown at the end. So yeah, I've seen people saying, if it's you guys have seen we've scrolled through some of the comments. But the reason I keep bringing up Den of Nerds is because he's speaking to sometimes over 1,500 people. And when he's speaking to those people and he says, oh, guys, if it's a T'Challa son of, if it's aged up male T'Challa, we're all good with that. And you just got W after W. And that's not, I know I keep using that example. There's other examples I could use. I think most recently he just talked about T'Challa again in not yesterday's stream, day before, where he was talking about, if they use the zombies in Secret Wars. And he was like, oh yeah, they could recreate the whole Namor T'Challa fight, but it could be T'Challa II, his son, fighting Namor. And I'm telling y'all, prepare yourselves for December. Prepare yourselves for February 2028. Prepare yourselves, because you're not getting him. You're not getting him. They're going to tell you what they're going to tell you is you got him. That's T'Challa. So I could be wrong, but they've again, as I always end this when I say this, they've shown me nothing that indicates that I'm wrong. They've shown me nothing that indicates that they are even sniffing a recast or thinking about a recast. And this is to me should be another indication to those of you that haven't accepted that yet. Hey, we had the opportunity to let him speak again. We could have casted another voice for him, but we decided we're going to put some Wakandan music behind him with some grunting from Thanos as they sit and fight. And from what they said in the article, it was a way for them to feel close to Chadwick yet again. So, 5 years later, we're still attached to Chad. In 2028, still going to be attached to Chad.
Can I offer you this? Maybe, because I watched it twice now. The first time I watched it with the sound on, he didn't narrate so much of it. Tom, Spider-Man was only narrating like twice in that segment. Is it because there are parts he was going to say about T'Child that they pulled because they watched videos like mine and clips and understanding that T'Child is unfavorable since they filmed that scene and since to the release, and they went, let's pull some of the verbiage that Spider-Man is supposed to say. He was very quiet for a lot, which is why it was so awkward, but Spider-Man didn't speak for most of it. That's a theory. I know I'm reaching. That's like the good news. You see, there were gonna be a scene where Spider-Man says, T'Challa told me to dedicate this to his son, and then they pulled that last minute because they saw the stream from last week that we did.
I would like to think that.
I don't think that. I would like to think it's
Marvel is tuned in and keyed in. I'm tuned in and keyed into things that we have said about recast. I don't know that. Maybe they have. Maybe they haven't. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know. I think that was the scene awkward. Was Spider-Man not really narrating it? I think that was more of the aspect that they wanted to showcase the fighting more than the talking, since he wasn't going to talk, and then make it in their way, what they said, more, I guess, close to Chad, ceremonial type of deal where you play the softer Wakandan music as he's, I don't know, I don't know. I just know they keep putting it out there. They keep putting it in our faces. They don't care.
That's my theory. My theory is there's an early version of this where T'Child is mentioned, and then they pulled it because it was kind of quiet for a portion of that fight.
save T'Challa. We need a recast. Chat would agree, and I truly believe that. Stories untold, I pray that we get to unfold. Don't kill him, we don't need to see that. A black man is king, I think that it's crucial. If not for the grown-ups, the kids should move you. Representation, let it multiply. Stop telling the stories, how legacies die. We can explore the world of Wakanda by addition and not replacement. 1.3 billion, how was that? And I'm making a statement. Being pigeonholed to a role like there could be only one is deflating. Man, it's a mindset that ain't died yet, cause the lack of seeing our faces. Shuri can be the queen of the nation. Women should feast, we want elevation. Now wouldn't it be dope if they rose up together without doing something as cold as erasing them? We got respect for Ryan and Nate. They doing their best, they stuck in the middle, but I hope they think about what is at stake. Don't rush it, but please let the saga continue. Doubling down on Black Death is a trope we no longer want to handle. Wakanda forever, T'Challa forever. It's never been about the mantle. What is we saying? This ain't about Phantom and getting my way. It's all for the love, it's not for the hate. No matter what people are trying to say, recast T'Challa. Recast T'Challa.